Hello, son and daughter of Lilith. Welcome to another Diablo 4 video. This one I'm bringing you the Livequake build. It's an alternative for the another Earthquake build that is for pit pushing, but this one is very useful for farming. You find everything here very fast. The world events of the Witchcraft season, the Undercity to farm material of the seed, and here the Infernal Hordes. It's very fast and very fun. That's why I'm right now I'm playing this instead of my Necromancer because I was bored with pushing that 150, the top leaderboard of Archetypes, and I just want to go back to base in playing Barbarian, doing fun stuff, because remember this is a game and you also can farm it with your glyphs. This level 120, so it's very fun. It's very easy from the beginning. All you need is a tech rune, and you can spawn a lot of earthquakes in your very low level. You can level up fast even on hardcore. You need the zero tech at the beginning because the bag or the lead runes are very hard to find on the early game. Okay. Alright guys, now I'm going to explain you about all the gear and all the uniques and the witch powers, the skills, Paragon, everything for this build. Well, first of all, remind you that is for half fast gameplay, just to go around jumping with the lips skill. And you can generate the earthquakes and do damage, but the plan is to go as fast as possible. So I'm not focusing on doing so much damage, so I'm more focused on cooldown reduction. Okay, I'm using a little gear from my another build. You can check it out on my channel too. Is that another build is for pit pushing. I've done the level of pit 140, so you can check it out if you want to pit push. But this one, I clarify again, this is for farming stuff like objectives especially. Okay, so first you have to have your resistance and enough critical strike chance, a decent amount, and armor. You're not going to lack of armor because I recommend you to use Harlequin Crest for the cooldown reduction. It's very useful. Also Mantle of Mountain Fury for the Hammer of the Ancients to trigger the earthquakes. And okay, for the unit Feast of Fate, your attacks randomly deal 1 to almost 300% of their normal damage. And Arrows Bearing, you're going to spawn a lot of engines all the time. This skill ultimately is going to be up all the time basically. So Arrows Bearing is the one you have to go for. I remind you, World of the Berserker is for pit pushing, and I use the Ancients Arrows Bearing for farming. So you can only create earthquake and the reduction of Call of the Ancients. So you can have a 3 crit on the upgrading, so you can have a better one. Alright, Wind Striker Warlord boots. I use this for because my critical strikes grab movement speed, and it's very useful. I'm using the gear I repeat from my another build, so I'm not especially the tempering. But I think this works. This works good enough for both builds. Okay, this hammer you have to have the most important ideas of the aspects is the earthquakes aspect. You can do more damage from earthquakes. In a second, reduce your cooldown reduction. This with executioners aspect, you do more earthquakes, and the damage is increased by every 100 strength you have. Okay, I don't have a lot of bonus because I repeat this just for farming. It's so good on tournament 4 for now, and it's just for farming and stuff like for now hordes or the world events and everything. Also the Curious Undercity. Okay, this one casting ultimate skill increases your damage. Okay, and earthquake duration is very useful. Damage to close enemies for the Paragon bonus. And damage while berserking 2 for more Paragon bonus with the unique nodes. And your earthquake deal increases damage and is converting to fire damage incendiary fissures. And this is very important to know that you can use back tech, because when you travel 5 meters you invoke the earthquake. Okay, when for pit pushing is the lead because you're going to stand still very often. But for farming stuff, I really recommend back and tech. And I don't. And the another rune I told you is the replacement for these two, because this one lead and back are very hard to find, especially on the beginning on low levels. So for leveling, I recommend the another rune that I told you. But basically, tech it's a magical rune, so it's not going to be hard to find it. All right. Ball chieftain for cooldown reduction, and that you will that give you resistant damage reduction. I I leave you the planner on the description as always I do. And this one for of GM strikes is for cooldown reduction when you leap. Okay, when you're leaping, you're reducing the cooldown of leap to a maximum of 7 seconds when you hit a boss or many enemies. And brawling cooldown reduction, I recommend you. I have this one because I was using the another setup, but if you want to go for farming, I really recommend you the brawling cooldown reduction. And what else? Oh yeah, here I have the same change route the berserker cooldown reduction for brawling cooldown reduction. Okay. And now what else? Oh yeah, and the bull cutters. I'm using bull cutters because I have any armor here to put that aspect. It's an armor aspect, so I had to put it on the necklace. When you leave, you create an earthquake. Also, when colleague leaves, he also creates another earthquake. So there is 2 earthquakes from colleague, and when you're leaping again and again, you are creating earthquakes that destroys everything. Okay, okay, that's the gear for the technique. 10% more damage to vulnerable enemies. 200 hacks expertise. Oh, almost forgot. The power, the cycle, our specialization, more critical strike damage, misfortune, movement speed to go faster and farm everything faster. Checking soul for vulnerable, soul harvest for more primary stat, and hex of whispers for fortify. It's very useful on hardcore. And now I'm playing hardcore because I was bored of playing softcore. And okay, here's the well first the skill tree bash. When you critical strike 4 times with bash using a 200 weapon, your next core weapon master skill overpowers. Okay, so that skill that should overpower should be a hammer of the engine. After overpowering with hammer of the engine, you deal 40% more damage for 5 seconds. So this is not gonna be hard to do more damage because you don't really need it at high levels. But for leveling and pit pushing is very important. Warp overpowering more damage. Okay, you do more damage after overpowering. After you cast a basic skill, this for defensive. Okay, this one to make everybody bleed and apply the bleeding bonuses. Challenge the shout more life and more damage reduction. This is not very important. You could change this challenging shout for rallying cry to be unstoppable and to go faster. Okay, I just forgot to change it, but okay, if you're watching that video, you can do it. Okay, so this is a little hack, a little trick. Warcry more damage and movement speed. Here the Warcry's passives, enhanced leaf. Okay, here more damage reduction. The passive to do more damage, very important. Okay, here Call of the Ancients. What else? Heavy hitter. Your ultimate skill always and those devils deals more damage. Okay, more damage here on heavy handed and on constrained. More damage while berserking. That's the skills. Now the Paragon. The Paragon board. You need more maximum life for more resistant. Magical resistant air while berserking. You take 10% reduced damage from elites and more damage while berserking. Okay, this unique Paragon node blood rage. You do more damage while berserking. Okay, from the bonus damage reduction from bleeding enemies, revenge. Okay, you apply bleed when you have turns by the skills passive. Damage while berserking and everything. Maximum life is very important. Force of nature, your earthquakes have 75% chance to pound those devil. Okay, damage versus close enemies maximum 200%. So your earthquakes do more damage, Marshall, and you reduce your active cooldowns when you cast a shout skill. And okay, Decimator, vulnerable after overpowering. You do more damage after overpowering with Bash and Hammer of the Ancient Rumble. You do your earthquakes do more damage. Okay, Weapon Master. Then what injured. Challenger, more damage to elites and from your normal nodes, and that's it. Okay, on your mercenaries. Sorry, your mercenaries. And you need dry hair just for the resistance because the bar is very squishy against magical damage. And here more blood tears, more attack speed. And that's it. I I really thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you use this build to farm stuff very fast. I do a lot of obvious runes while I'm doing the infernal hordes and the chorus under city with the. Oh, also I almost forgot. You need the elixir fortitude, ancient times, soothing spices, and redamin. Okay, and thanks for watching. Hope you follow my channel, you subscribe here in my Twitch, and okay, see you later, guys. Thank you.